What's going on, everybody? Welcome back, if so, to another market update video here at Benefit Central. I'm Benjamin, and today Bitcoin and the S&P charts. But before I get right into the market, please leave a like, drop a comment, and if you can, subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Honestly, everybody, the market is reacting just how we wanted it to. If A were to happen, do A, and if B were to happen, do B. Currently, A had happened, and we are currently in the market, as you can tell. Very, very low leverage, just because we didn't know, well, high leverage, low lot size. Just because we didn't know exactly where it was going to go. TP1 would be right now, just because there is a bearish cross, obviously the top of the descending channel. Unless we have further momentum as the DXY drops, then we will continue to break through that. Other than that, we are extended, not overbought, but extended, and should end up finding a retracement if we do not create this into a squeeze. There will be a lot of people trying to attempt to short this, honestly, and this is the daily for Ethereum. Jumping into the weekly, I can show you guys we are getting that bull 180 that we really anticipated. It is only Friday, well, and I know, excuse me, that is pretty far into the week. However, it is only Friday. We do have Saturday and Sunday before we can end this week like that. Sunday between 5 to 6, I believe. So we do have some time before we can do anything realistically and confirm this, as we can see a top at bare minimum at least 1700 once again. I had brought that up in our last previous video, and then 1750 just in case because of the 20 moving average on our weekly. However, jumping up to our monthly, excuse me, we are finally getting, we did go back down for a little bit of support, not necessarily saying that that's all we needed for this month. However, we can definitely expect lower lows, or not even lower lows, but just a lower low, definitely for this monthly, just because it's so brand new that obviously I think bullish momentum took over as soon as we opened and tried to push us back up. Obviously we came back down for a little wick, but that didn't last too long, and then the bulls came back in, pushed us right back up, at least for right now, temporarily trying to attempt this monthly RBI. So do definitely just keep your eye on this RBI, just because this will eventually play a huge role in this monthly, at least at around 1700. We break 1700, that is launching for Ethereum for the monthly as an RBI. So very, very big stuff to look into as of right now for the price tag of Ethereum, as well as our merge popping up here pretty soon. So please stay updated and keep yourself updated on those things at all times, just because you have no idea what's going to happen next. But other than that, everybody, we're going to dive right into the Bitcoin charts just real quick to show you how those are reacting as well. Daily, we are attempting this RBI formation as well, which is great. We negated all wrongs, as well as almost a triple bottom formation once again. Excuse me. However, I find this very amazing, because this could possibly be, again, once I said, a triple bottom. And the last time we triple bottomed, we shot extremely to the high side, and at least had a very good temporary bull relief rally. So if we can get this for the daily, then I do anticipate that we will pump, and we should see prices of at least 21,500, as well as that being the top TP for us of our last close for the daily. Obviously not yesterday or the day before, but our last close of a high that we have to come in contact with, besides our TP1, TP2. TP1 obviously just because it's our wicks, and as well as the top resistance, and I believe this is around 20,500. So perfect pricing right there. As soon as we break 20,500, we should end up seeing 21,500 easily, before we end up battling, at least before we end up battling our 21,500, after we end up battling our 21,500, obviously. But other than that, everybody, that was the daily for Bitcoin. Looking at on the weekly, we are still attempting this bull 180, obviously, but after finding some support around 19,500, obviously the floor. As long as we can hold this 19,000 to 19,500, we should be okay. However, if we break bearish, excuse me, right here, then we will be definitely seeing 19,000, and that will be the price target that we've been waiting for Bitcoin, just because of its downtrend momentum. Obviously it's not too far from it, but it is still price tags, and it's still definitely money. So if you were to short this, obviously breaking this and closing below, you short it down to 1900. And a quick little bag real quick. Remember, this is the weekly time frame and monthly time frame. It's going to look very small. However, looking at the monthly, you can tell that we do have this bull 180 as well as the acorn, as well as an RBI formation attempting to try. However, we do have a bit of resistance on our 50 moving average, which is located around 22,000 and just a little below. So do definitely be careful of that when we are attempting to try to bull 180 and RBI this completely. But other than that, realistically, if we were to try to get this and confirm and do, then this descending channel would have popped bullish, and then we can see higher prices. Obviously, resistance at around our 35,000, 37,000 price tag, right before 30,000, and then 35,000, almost 50,000. 45,000 is our golden pocket area, and then towards 60 is obviously overbought. But other than that, realistically, that's it for Bitcoin. Just a little bit of pump recently. This morning, honestly, all overnight, everybody thought this was going to continue to tank. And, of course, Benefit Central, we thought otherwise, and we did let everybody know on our Telegram, as well as our thoughts on the pattern, as well as what we thought was occurring. And then this morning, we did wake up in deep profits, as you can tell, as well as still waiting on half of our lot to be taken. But other than that, realistically, the dollar is dropping majorly as of right now after hitting $1.10. But as of right now, we are deciding to crawl. That's most likely why we're seeing such an aggressive pop in cryptos as of right now. Hopefully this doesn't decide to reverse, obviously off the 200 moving average, or decide to reverse at any time. And we can get this completion of the bearish cross and it continue to go down. That would be great, as well as showing us that August was a bit lower, and that September should be much lower for inflation reports, which would be great, honestly, because then once we get our CPI data report for August, and it will bring up that it was much lower, and then July's being, or not July, but September's being much lower, it'd just be very, very, very perfect. But other than that, realistically, sorry for that. So I was just looking at the charts, seeing what was happening currently. But other than that, realistically, let's dive into the daily for the SPX, the DXY. Obviously, being overextended and overbought, we are touching $1.10, coming back down. As long as we can close below this, we can get that bear 180 and try to push us all the way back down. Do remember, though, that we are red over blue, and that the 20 moving average and the 50 moving average are curling up. So we do have a lot of more room to continue to the upside unless we get squeezed out right here and then decide to short down. For the weekly, we are at a pivot, like I said, unless we can get an acorn coming all the way back down. That would be a double top, confirming that we are headed much lower. If not, this will be a pivot to continue us much further. So not necessarily great news for crypto right there. However, looking at the monthly, we are extremely oversold and it is getting very weak. We got a very clear rejection, very clear rejection. All depends on to this month on how we reject. I do anticipate that we should spike through, and then after we spike through, we definitely will come back down. I don't think that we'll continue up. I could be wrong on this. This is the DXY, and obviously we don't have too much control over this at all, and it realistically is up to how inflation and our reports come out, and as well as Powell on what he's deciding on what to do for inflation and everything, and what they're wanting to do to move forward to battle that problem. However, we are currently still trending up, so do just be careful on that. I will leave it open on the 15 minutes during the week, and on the weekend I'll just leave the daily closed to just show you where momentum closed towards. But during the week, Monday to Friday, you will see it always on the 15 minutes until the market closes. Usually, sometimes it still continues, so I'll leave it open on the 15-minute, but if it ends up closing on one of those weekdays, then I'll just leave it open as the daily, so that you guys can see where it closed on the daily wholly for today within the 24 hours. But other than that, realistically, diving into the S&P 500, just real quick for you guys. Diving in on the daily, we did end up getting that doji flip pivot, and then now that bull 180, completion of the bull 180 as well. We got two of them right there, and then so you could have hopped in twice. Excuse me. And then now battling our 50 moving average at around the 4,000 level, which is more than reasonable. Next target would be 4,050. Obviously, if we can get a daily close above our 50 moving average, that will mean that we are ready to continue much further. However, if we do end up getting that rejection, then we will end up seeing that either a spike through, or we end up getting another daily move up and then rejection following the descending channel, meaning we are not ready to break bullish just yet. However, looking at the weekly, we did get that doji rejection. Obviously, this weekly isn't just done yet. We do have a little bit, but this can become a doji, as in a reversal for us to continue back up. As of right now, I'm still waiting to see how this goes. We still have a few more days before the weekly closes, obviously Sunday between 5 to 6. We will see where this ends up closing and pushing momentum, unless we get a huge amount of bearish momentum within the weekend and it pushes us further down. Then that would be something I would be worried about just because of cryptos. However, I wouldn't necessarily be too worried just because we can end up Wing this out, bottoming this out with a double bottom and pushing much bullish again. Obviously, entry being at neckline or a bull 180 or an acorn or an RBI. But other than that, realistically, jumping into the monthly, you can see that we are attempting to do the RBI as well, just for the same as most cryptos. However, and the most market. However, I don't like how strong this acorn was in between the red bar. The RBI should just be a little bit weaker, at least a doji, or just a weaker candle at least, with a much bigger wick. Excuse me. This was a very filled out, almost bears came in and almost wanted to completely reverse this trend perfectly 50%. So it is all realistically up to how this candle reacts for the monthly. Like I said, we could have just found support right now and are coming to test our 20 moving average as of right now, which would be around 4,200, 4,250. And then before battling that, obviously, or after battling that, we could see if we close above, if we close below, if that would mean that we are ready to break past this descending channel. If not, then we will end up having to reject much lower and consolidating much lower, probably once again revisiting the 50 moving average as well as another low, and trying to see if we have enough bullish momentum then during September to see if we can get out, or the next month, obviously. But other than that, everybody, that was just another quick market update video for you guys, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Ciao.